Welcome to another episode of Swiftwaters in the Goldfields. As you can see, we're not in the goldfield today, but we're back here in the cleanup shed. I wanted to make a video to show you strictly, I've had some questions asking how clean, how good do you get your stuff cleaned up. I'm going to show you my process tonight. We're going to do it we're going to do it fast enough where you're going to like the video, but not long enough it's going to bore you. We're just going to go step by step. We're going to show you a little bits of it, and then we're going to get out of here. We just thought we'd make this video tonight because, like I said, I've had so many questions on this. But anyway, we've already had my buddy Rob, White Gold. We already classified this down. This is out of a dry washer that we've been digging in a certain hole, which you'll see that in later on videos. But this is out of a dry washer. Now this sand is still dry. And what we're going to do is I'm going to stick this on a cookie sheet like that. Now I'm going to spread this out. And now this is still dry. It's never been wet, but I know just from out of the dry washer, it's got black sands in it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the old Spin It Off. You guys have seen this in some of my videos. This thing, it takes all the black sands out you can. We're gonna go through here. This is a metal pan, so you don't want to get too close to the edges. It'll still grab on. What's good about the pan though, just spin it around. And we're trying to get rid of as much as this black sand. You're not going to get rid of it all, but as much as you can. What's good about this Spin It Off is it hardly catches any gold in that black sand because of the, see how it ripples around? See the sand? It drops your gold back out, which I find to be very effective. Now, look at all that black sand right there. That black sand would have been stuff we've been fighting with later on when we were actually cleaning this up. So like I said, try to get everything you can out of here. The more you can get out, the better off you are. Now usually while I'm doing this, now Rob's behind the camera right now, but usually while I'm doing this, Rob's out running our 20 mesh in the gold cube. Because if anything below 8 mesh and above 20 mesh, it's easier for us to pick the gold out separately through a gold cube than it is trying to run it through any of the stuff that we have in here. Like I said, get as much out as you can. That's the whole trick of this. But this Spin It Off, like I said, you can use a regular magnet, but this Spin It Off is just so much quicker. It's just so much quicker, it's crazy. I mean, you can see the black sand just pulling out of it. It's doing a great job. A little more zigzags on here. All right. Now, keep that back just in case Rob wants to see if there's anything come out of it or not. But right there's our sands that we're going to run through our concentrates. Now, I'm going to bring you over here to this in a minute to show you the Geo Sluice. This is going to be more or less our second stage. All right, now we're back over here at the Geo Sluice. And if you don't know what a sluice box is, a sluice box runs on riffles. Any kind of drop that makes a dead eddy puts gold in it and black sands. The heavies will always go in because the water, it's 19 times heavier than water, gold is, and that's why it'll go in any one of these little eddies that you see along the bottom of this. Just for this case here, since we run this dry, I like to do this. This is a Geo cleanup sluice. Now I know the company has been bought out. I can't remember who bought them out, but I know that they have been bought out. What I'm going to do, this is an automatic feeder that I bought. I made. Yeah, I bought it for about 20 cents. But you'll see, I filled up with my concentrates that I already ate the black sands out of. And more or less, it should take it all in here, I hope. Here we go. There we go. Now, more or less what it does, it's sitting there and it's like an automatic feeder. Now we can do this when it's dry. When it's wet, we actually have to use a spoon to put it in there and clean it out. But what's doing is it's giving about 3 inches of room for that black sand and the gold to drop in the first, second, third, fourth riffles. That's where we kind of like it. Sometimes you'll see it at the end, but using this is our second stage before we actually clean it out. And then, like I said, we're gonna do the third stage here in a minute, which is classification. And then our fourth stage is going to be our Miller table. So hang in there. We're going to do it. We're going to be right back. All right, now we're back here at the classifying table. Now, like I said, we're gonna do this fast video because I'm just showing you how I do cleanups. This is pretty much what it is. I'm not gonna stretch you out to the 15 minutes. Watch me, don't do it all anyway. Right here, we actually do the classifying after 20 mesh. I'll suck off all the black sand like you see us. We'll run it through the geo sluice, and then we're gonna bring it over here. We're gonna classify it into 30 mesh and 50 mesh. What that is 50 mesh and 30 mesh. That means there's 30 holes per inch in the screen. There's 50 holes per inch in this screen. That's the mesh of it. So if you got 10 mesh, you got 10 holes per square inch, 8 holes, so on and so on and so on. Some of them's got, believe it or not, folks, they'll go up to 300 holes per mesh. That's like a flour sifter. But anyway, like I said, we'll show you real quick. This is the 30. We got our little pan sitting in here right now. We put her down in the water. We put our classifier in there like so. Get our spoonful out there. Sometimes if we got enough, we could put a little bit more in there. We're gonna shake this off. Like I said, classifying, you're just taking what bigger stuff. You want everything to be the same size. If you don't have anything bigger than the gold, then the gold will always be king in the box or in the miller table. Then you take the stuff, your heaviers like that, we're gonna put that in another pan. We're gonna turn around and we're gonna repeat. And then after that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that, we're gonna repeat the process again down to 50 mesh. 50 mesh makes it ultra fine, which means on the water table, I can turn the water down just a little bit more for the black sands to run off, which I'm gonna let you see that here in just a little bit as soon as we get done taking care of that. But hang in there, like I said, we're going really fast. I'm showing you my process and I hope you're enjoying it. Stick around. Now we're at the last process of my cleanup stage, just before it's totally clean. Some people use a pan to totally clean it. I love to use this miller table. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it on. This is how it works. The gold will actually stick to the miller table because it's got a surface on it. This little green surface is on there. The gold's heavier than the black sands, so the water's gonna take the black sands away and leave the gold behind. So what we do is we just line out a little line across the top of there like that. And I got the water just a little high. So I turn it down. There we go. And just like that, you're gonna see the black sands coming off and the gold staying behind. There you go, you're getting a good glimpse of how the gold stays. See the gold up in here, how the gold stays, and the black sands is washing away down in here. See your gold staying up in there. This is gonna be, like I said, this is gonna be our 30 mesh gold. So you just let the water do its thing. Yeah, it takes a little slower, but it's as slow as panning, but hey, you get a much thorough job when it's done. Oh, that gold looks delicious. All right. Now, after the gold has all been cleaned out and the black sands runs off, this is what you do. You take you a nice little business card. You take your paintbrush. You got a little bit of tailings down here on the bottom. You want to get rid of those just like that. There's nothing down here on the bottom except for black sand. Now, what you do is you take a business card. You flip your little thing up here like this. We're going to scrape all that gold off this green mat. Oh, look at that big pile of nice gold. Once you get it in there like so, take your snuffer bottle, go along the bottom ridge, snuffer up your clean gold, turn around, put it in a gold vial. Done. One and done, so to speak. Anyway, I'm glad you guys got to see exactly what I do and how we clean up our gold. We didn't show you the gold cube. There's plenty of gold cube videos out there. Everybody knows how to do that. But this is our particular setup and how we get gold. Now, anything that comes out of here goes in our catch mat. Anything that comes out of this catch mat, like sub 300, sub 400 mesh gold, gets put in our tumbler's tumbler in mercury. Now, I'm not telling anybody to use mercury. If you don't know what you're doing with mercury, don't use it. But I've studied mercury. I've been using mercury for probably about 8-9 years, so I'm pretty cautious with it. But that's what I put it in. That way I do not lose sub 100 mesh gold. But that's just what I do. Well, anyway, thanks for coming in. I'm glad you had fun. Get out there and start living life before life isn't there to start living, and I may see you in the gold fields. Have yourself a nice day.